All right, fellas, let me tell you a little something. All right, your boy, you hear him. I'm not sounding great. I'm playing hurt tonight, and there's a reason. All right, I went on a little, and this is something, a topic we'll have one day. I know we'll have one day. Went on a family trip, a little family trip this weekend, and came back sick as a dog. A dog.
Sick as a dog.
Sick as a dog. I know, Liam, I know you do a lot of traveling for your daughter's cheerleading, right?
Mm-hmm.
But family trips are just like, it could be, you know what it is? You know, it is a team effort for me, like I'm saying. But I think the one thing that the dudes are responsible for when it comes to the family trip, packing and unpacking the car. That's my job. I take full responsibility for it. I own it. I'm going to carry all this shit in and out anyway. I'm basically the fucking luggage boy here.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And dude, I went there. I think we've talked about this on the show before. I'm deathly allergic to cats. And my wife's cousin has a Shih Tzu. And that Shih Tzu knocked the Shih Tzu out of me. I'm telling you. If
Wait, you're
him put
allergic
me,
to cats?
and I think
Good.
small dogs.
Oh,
And
Depends on the kind of
and
dander.
communism.
Different dogs have different kinds of dander. You know,
Oh.
small dogs might be closer to cats.
That and like I get bad allergies too, so it's just a whole whack-a-mole. You know, it's allergy season. I'm on a trip. The temperature's up and down. You know, your mother's upper lip. It's just all these things could go wrong, did go wrong, would go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know if you guys have any experience with this, but traveling with a 1.5-year-old, 4-hour car ride, 4-hour car ride.
4 hours.
4 hour, baby. 4 hours of just shoot yourself.
We took to Pittsburgh, like I think it was a little before her first birthday, and it was not that bad.
Oh, again,
Yeah.
Liam. Right, because you were by yourself, right? And
No, but I didn't have to. You know why it wasn't? I didn't have to do the driving though. You know,
who did you go
someone
with?
else. So it was for my sister's graduation from
Okay, all right.
college.
That helps. I mean, yeah, not doing. Oh, also, get this. On the way back, got in a road rage incident. Your
Nice.
boy. Yeah, we're driving, going through like New York, you know, Connecticut to New York, and there's this jabroni fucking tailgating us. And I was like, all right, just get over. I'm going to get over, let this fucking cunt pass. This guy gets past us, flips us off, so I flip him back off. And then we get up to like a stop, and then he like waits for me to get next to him, puts his window down. I put my window down, he's like, hey, fuck you, stupid. And I was like, you stupid fucking cunt. I have 2 fucking kids in the car. You know? He's just like, fuck you. The kid legit had pink hair and piercings all over his face. I was like,
What was he
"You're a fucking
driving?"
pussy." Some shitty hatchback, you know. It was like a Honda Fiat or something stupid.
The Honda Fiat.
Yeah, this kid was a total noodle, you know. And my wife's like, "You're gonna traumatize the kids." I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this little fucking cunt because I'm sick and I'm sick of his shit."
And I'm 2 hours I'm on my way home. I'm only 2 hours into a 4-hour drive.
Right. And
Like I'm
this
already not
fucking
feeling
baby-
great, and I got twice as much left to go.
And this baby just won't stop crying. You know? Yeah, no. If you want
Did either
something
one-
that'll test your patience.
The
Either
baby's
one of you guys-
crying.
Yeah, do you think there's like babies who are like great in the car? Because I have friends who like will drive their baby, will just put the baby in the car and drive around the block a couple times. The baby would fall asleep. And I never had that experience
yeah,
with either one
No,
of my
knock
kids.
on wood.
Yeah.
Have not. But they're lying to you. They're drugging that
No,
child.
no, not true.
No,
Not true.
no,
I know
not
kids
at
who
all.
like get in the car and go like straight out, like every
Shut
time.
up.
You just take her, put her in her car, the little carrier joint,
Mm-hmm.
and fucking, or because we had one that you can take it right from the joint. It goes straight into the car.
Clips right into the car. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So whenever fussy or having a tough time and everything, you got her in that seat. He fucking maybe like 10 minutes in, she's out every time.
Yeah,
Something
I,
about
Yeah.
the car and like I
it's
don't know.
it's
It's
the
like
sound, it's the movement, it's the rotate.
yeah,
It's like little things you're not even perceiving because you're trying to focus on the road and
yeah.
driving. But
Some kids it like soothes them.
yeah,
Like if all they can see is like, that back seat, because they're
yeah,
facing the back, all they can see is that and all they can feel is just like the movements of the car, I guess. I don't know. But it
I don't know.
works. It
I
fucking
know
works.
this. Sometimes my daughter falls asleep on the bus ride home. I know that. All right. Well, speaking of, welcome to the Working Perspectives podcast presents For Dads by Dads. I'm Lavelle, accompanied as always by these two handsome bastards, Banditi Padalini and Lashmigli Liam Reese. So today we're going to be talking about trips as a family. You got them, you love them, and you live through them. Me, I'm a lucky bastard. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm dividing and conquering. I have a wife who's a very much do everything before, and then I'm just in charge of heavy lifting. Legit heavy lifting. Banditi Padalini, I don't know how life is as a divorce guy. And then Lashmigs, you're just a hero. You're a damn hero. So I want to talk about this. Lashmigs, I'm going to kick it to you first. So what are your logistical hurdles when it comes to like a trip? Do you have like the pack mule mentality? Or like being the only adult, are you literally the one carrying 3 bags and a stroller when
Yeah.
she was a toddler? Like
Always,
what's going
yeah.
on?
Always always the one doing like 100% of the driving and everything, and
Oof.
100% of the stops and everything.
Yeah.
So the times that honestly, the times that I have a family member with me or something are a blessing, especially when
Yeah.
you're traveling. If you're traveling far and you got to
Oh.
make stops at like rest
Yeah.
stops and stuff, that fucking sucks. When
Yeah.
like I get off, on the side of the highway in Jersey or Delaware
Yeah.
or Maryland
Yeah.
or something, and
Yeah.
it's
You're
just
in
like
New
a dude
Brunswick.
with a little girl, and like I'm not
Yeah.
trying to send her into the bathrooms and stuff by herself and
No.
everything.
nope.
So I gotta find a family joint, or you know what I mean, or I gotta literally stand outside the place and be like, "Yo," like yell, and I'll come in. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
I remember the time we went to the movies, you have like a
mhm,
system, right? Like
yeah.
if you're going in the
Oh
men's
yeah,
room the same
sometimes
time she
yeah,
goes into the
yeah.
women's room, what's your system?
So what I'll do, like now nowadays she's older, so it's a lot easier. But I usually the way I would do it is I would go in and I would be like, okay, we're both gonna go at the same time. When you're done, count to 60 or count to 100, then come out so that I'm definitely 100% out before you. So like, because
Oh,
that's what you want to avoid. You
yeah.
don't want
Mm-hmm.
them out
No lobby,
before
no
you.
lobbies,
You
no
want
lobbies.
you to
Yeah.
be out waiting for them by the door. And that
Yeah.
and that method usually served me pretty well, you know?
Dude, genius move. Genius
Hmm.
move. Big time.
Yeah.
When did you have to switch to that move? Because my daughter just turned 4, and like she'll go, like I can take her into a men's room, and she'll be like, "Dad, this is the boys' room," and I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's like, "Okay, whatever. Like as long as
Yeah, when
it's
she was
cool."
really tiny and stuff, you know what I mean? I would just, pretty much carry her and tell her, like, you know what I mean? Kind of like
Yeah,
Yeah. Do
duck,
your stuff
duck,
and
duck,
yeah.
close your eyes, and I would
We're
carry
not
her.
gonna. Right, right.
Yeah.
We're gonna get right into
yeah.
the stall and right out.
Yep.
Maybe a little
Yep.
hand
Yeah.
wash.
But
What? How old was you when it was time to like? Okay, like I gotta do.
maybe
We gotta
like,
come with a 60-second count.
yeah, maybe like 5 or 6 or,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
it kind of seems
Yeah,
like around then
V-
because then she
yeah.
was doing all that stuff on her.
Do you ever
No,
kindergarten, like at
she
school
was
and
pretty
stuff.
quick. She was pretty quick with that anyway. So probably like
Yeah.
5,
Okay.
because
Did you guys ever do the
girls are
thing?
fast with that, dude.
Oh
They're
yeah.
like they're like able to understand that and get bathroom stuff down, and
Listen,
you know what I
they got
mean?
to
Yeah.
they got to sit for everything. It just makes it much
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah, maybe that's
My
what it
daughter
is.
was way quicker than my son,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Liam, or did you guys ever do the thing too? Like I always do this if I have to take my daughter to the bathroom at a public place, like I'll open the door for her and then I'll say very loudly, like, all right, I'm waiting right here. So if
Yeah.
there's anybody in there, they
Yeah.
fucking know I am right
Yeah.
here. You know?
Yeah.
You know? Like that's like my move is to be like,
Boom.
yep, I'm waiting
Yep.
right outside this door. So get creeped out if you want, but my fucking kid's in there. So
Well,
deal
I
with
pretty
it.
much made
Little
her.
extra bass in that voice for that announcement.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Big time.
I pretty much drove home at like a pretty young age. It's like, yo, fucking anything feels wrong or whatever,
Yeah.
fucking get loud, yell for me, and I
Yep.
will fucking be in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Love that.
that's kind of how you have to be, I think. But
Hey man, yeah, I agree. Fucking stranger danger, that whole nine, anything kind of quacky stuff. Just
especially fucking nowadays, you know what I
oh
mean?
god.
yeah.
Also
So,
too
but
big
Maddie,
on like no one asks you about your privates, like all that stuff. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Like that's a
Yeah.
big off
but
topic.
so
Yeah.
Matt, if you're on a road trip, right? So you're doing it up. So you're like you
Yeah,
actually are at a point where it's like, okay, your wife's going to take your daughter in. It's now you're probably filling up a tank or something
yeah,
while
Mhm.
that's happening. Um,
yeah. Yes
and
and
that
no.
little dude,
Yeah,
but like you kind of got it in reverse of what I did. Is that it's going to get actually easier for you as your son grows up. Like that whole like
Mhm.
he's always going to be going into the same bathroom that you're going
Yeah.
into. It's
yeah.
never going to be
True.
weird for you to have to like walk in there. The downside to that is, like Liam said, girls get potty trained way sooner than boys. So you're going to be like probably at a park wiping asses a little bit longer with him
Yeah.
Mhm.
than you were with your
Oh,
daughter.
buddy.
But that part
The
gets
way that
different.
kid
That's like if
shits.
you and your boy at a ball game, there's nothing to worry about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you never
Yeah.
have to be like, because you're going to take at some point your daughter's going to end up seeing the men's room of the Phillies bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a
Mhm.
year or
Yeah.
two, and like
Yeah.
There are family ones at the ballparks and stuff.
there are.
So
They're
if
going
Do
you
they
to
still
go
have the trough? Is
if
that
you
still a
go
thing?
online, you can see where they're located and stuff, and find on the map where they are, and then usually you have to go to guest services and ask for a key and stuff, which kind of blows, but it is doable because they have enough of them throughout the place that you
Oh,
can do
nice.
that. That's what I usually do. I'm usually on the lookout for family restrooms because then you can avoid all that
cuts
nonsense.
all the middle stuff out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Dude, yeah. I mean, ugh, dude,
So
yeah,
Liam,
kids.
you're stuck 100% of the driving. I'm stuck 100% of the driving now, but I didn't always used to be. My ex would drive.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we would,
Yeah.
she'd grab the wheel for a couple hours. Maddie, do you guys split it on and off at all, or are you generally
Yeah,
driving the car?
my wife will drive. Well, one, if she gets, there's been times where like I've pulled over and been like,
And been
you're
like,
driving now, because I
yep.
cannot fucking stand the, like all the bullshit. I'm like, I'm 3 car lengths away. I'm 3 car lengths away. I don't know
I
what
thought
you're
you were going
doing.
to say something different.
I thought you were gonna say you're getting too tired to keep
Yeah, like
driving.
drowsy. But
No.
no,
Oh,
you're
dude,
getting you're getting too irritated.
we've done on
Yeah,
the way
it's so
back from West
fucking annoying.
Virginia. On the way back from West Virginia, the one time we stopped at one, and I was like, "Yo, Dad needs to like close his eyes for like a half hour
I'm a
before we keep
notoriously
going."
drowsy driver, and I thought it was always because I was like usually hungover coming back from like a wedding or something. Like whenever I had to
Mhm.
drive long stuff, and then I stopped drinking, and I'm still like, even if I get good night's sleep, there are points where if I'm on the road for 2.5 hours, like I will have that kind of 10 minutes where you're just kind of like you roll the window down and you're like, all right,
I've noticed that
Yeah.
if you make more stops, it sucks because it makes your trip longer. But if you make more stops
yeah,
and get up and move around and
just get the
you know what I
circulation
mean,
going.
go stop and grab a cold water and you know what I mean, maybe like a gummy
Yeah.
rope or something, fucking,
Yeah,
you know what I mean, then you're like back in business.
Yeah.
but
So, okay, let's keep it
so Matt,
moving to the,
you get
what?
you get. Well, I'm sorry, you get tough because the reaction from the passenger seat
I can't
is
fucking,
is
I
too
can't,
emphatic.
yeah, here's a story.
I can't stand when anyone does that. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Like
Dude,
I'm
I'm
not
yeah.
gonna jinx myself, but I haven't been in accidents. You know what I mean? Like I don't crash. I'm a fucking defensive driver and stuff. So
Yeah.
if you don't like my driving, it's probably because you're fucking weird. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't
Yeah.
get in accidents. So I don't want to fucking hear it, honestly.
Also, you probably drive like if you're disrupting the flow of traffic because you're slow and scared, that's way
Mm-hmm.
more dangerous than being
Yes,
aggressive.
I agree.
Correct.
Way more dangerous.
Yes.
Correct. You're
So,
affecting more cars.
yeah, you can't be timid and all that bullshit. Like you have to stick with the flow of traffic. And
Yep.
we live in like the Philadelphia, Jersey, New York area. Like everyone
Yeah.
drives like an asshole. So like you got to
Yeah.
fucking keep up with the crowd, you
Yep.
know? But let's keep it moving. So I want to talk survival tactics, right? So I want to
Okay.
compare like travel methods, you know what I mean? Like road trips or flying and like how you handle the middle of the trip, right? So like Bern, because you only got him half the time, is it like, or is it the psychological weight of a divorced dad like they want the trip to be perfect because you have a time is limited and you
Nope.
know Okay, talk to me.
Nope.
How's your trip?
It's point A to point B, man. Like I got a 4-year-old and an almost 9-year-old, and either one can go off the rails at any time.
You do a
I,
lot of car time with them, right? Because it's a
at,
2 hour
at
trip.
2 hour. I drive down 2 hours by myself. I pick them up. I drive them 2 hours back. Then when they're trying to go back to their moms, I drive them back home, and I come back. So every time
Eight
I see
hours.
them,
Jesus.
every time I see them, there's a 2 hour car trip.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
2 hours there,
so
2 hours back. Damn. So you
Yeah.
got to do 8 hours each weekend? Is
I mean,
that
yeah,
am I right?
it's like every other, but yeah, when I and like he starts soccer, so I'll be down there every week,
Do they
for
meet?
the
Do you guys meet halfway, or you got to do the lion's share
occasionally.
of the?
No, once in a while we meet halfway, but like
Yeah.
I usually get them on like I get them on like all the long weekends, so they'll be like done
Yeah.
at school on Thursday, and I'll like this week. Like I'm going
Mhm.
to this Thursday, and my daughter's Easter egg
You
hunt
get them for
starts at
Easter?
2. Yeah, I get them for from Thursday to Monday, so it's
Oh,
awesome.
hell yeah.
There you go.
And
Are you
my
going to do an
and my
Easter egg hunt?
fuck yeah, and my son's
Oh,
birthday is on
man.
Wednesday. So I'll get him
Oh,
like the day after his birthday. So I usually pick
Great.
them up from school when I come down there. They're way more stoked when I pick them up from school than they are when I pick them up from their mom's house, just because it's the
oh, yeah.
novelty of like
Are you on the school list now?
yeah, everything's been straightened out.
All right.
There you go.
I'm officially on there. But so every time I see them pretty much, we have 2 hours in the car. It is point A to point B, man. Like the fun starts when
Yeah.
we get back to where we're getting. And my daughter's 4 now. No matter how many times she pees before we leave, we're gonna have to stop once, and it's gonna come out of nowhere. And she's gonna be like, "Dad, I'm
Mhm.
gonna pee in my pants right now," and you're like,
Or
"No,
Oh
like
you're
my
after
not."
or
gosh.
like
Like,
after you left one, like not that long ago, where you're like,
no,
Dad,
right.
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
stopped.
But she's at the point now where she's like all about like interrupting and like exercising her power.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's no way. And sometimes we'll go into the bathroom rest stop, and she'll sit down to pee and be like, "Guess I didn't have to go," and I'll be like, "Yes, you did, you little liar." But whatever. It's a fun. We can get out of the car. We stretch our leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever. But you
Oh
got to build in an
man.
Do you
extra.
guys have like a favorite stop because you take the same route all the time?
Absolutely, dude. We know what we like. We know exactly
Yeah.
what we like.
Mhm.
It's just a random like sheets, but
Dude, the
you
plus
get a bag
side
of
to that,
chips.
the plus side to that is if you never ever do something where you're doing something special, then they're already used to driving 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
not as much a pain in the ass to like drive an hour to go to a ball game or something because they're
No,
like, hey, this ain't that bad. We already do 2 hours there and back
and
all the time.
listen, my ex's mom lives in Bethany Beach, so like with my son for a lot of years, we would take him down to the beach all the time, and that was from
Yeah.
York. That's a
Yeah.
solid almost 3 hours or whatever. So
Shit.
they do
What is
have
Bethany Beach?
Is
in
that in
Delaware.
Delaware?
It's
Yeah.
it's the last beach in Delaware before you hit Ocean City, Maryland.
It's right by Rehoboth, right?
Oh.
It's
Or
down.
no?
It's farther south. It's like
Okay.
literally you can stand between on the border between Bethany Beach and Ocean City, Maryland.
I think we've been there before.
Everyone's been there
It's
because
right,
everyone's been
yeah.
to Ocean City, Maryland.
What do you guys think about because you're doing so much time on the road? Like this
Mhm.
weekend, right? My son, he doesn't do it because he has like the mirror that plays music bullshit and we just want
Yeah.
him to fall
Mhm.
asleep. But my
Mhm.
daughter, I got the tablet, and I was like, look, you need to download a bunch of your shows on here because it's
Yeah.
4 hours. All right,
Dude,
you
that's
gotta
a
kill
pro
some time
move. Downloading the stuff
because you're not
on
gonna have internet.
before you leave, yeah, because you're not gonna have internet. That is a pro move because then they
Yeah,
can watch like full. You can do that on
yeah,
Netflix
Netflix.
too.
Yeah,
You can
that's
do
Mm-hmm.
full
exactly what we do.
episodes of like
Netflix.
Yes, you can.
Sam and Cat and all that stuff that
Why
she
you can't do
Yeah.
it
watches.
on Disney,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, they don't let you do it on
Oh, I
Disney,
know.
Because
which
they're a
is
bunch of
insane.
cockbags, dude. Disney's a pain in the ass with all their stuff. I swear, their
Dude, their
support
ads now are
sucks.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like it's so
the Disney
brutal.
fucking sucks,
All
dude.
right,
If
fellas,
they
Yeah,
didn't have
it's
ESPN, I'd be done with it.
for your
mm.
kids, headphones or no headphones?
So okay. Great
I
question.
run a strict headphone card. So I
Okay.
can't have both because like if it was just one of them, it'd be fine. But I can't have both of them listening to two different things in the back seat that are completely different that they can somehow block out and ignore. But like I'm trying
So
to
you got a
drive and
quiet car.
I feel like I well then I can when once they have their headphones on, I can throw on a podcast or something and just keep it on
Yeah.
low or whatever,
Yeah.
some music or something. But like
Yeah.
mine's got to stay low. But I found out right away when my daughter started messing with my son's old tablet. It's great. I mean, it's great for the trips. But I can't have both of them blasting like little
Yeah.
Korean kids laughing and yelling the whole time. Like it's too distracting. So I'm a
What
hard
I
headphone
mean,
car.
I don't know. See, we tried headphones this weekend for my daughter, but then like my wife would try and talk to her, and my wife would get upset because she can't hear. I was like, well, she does have headphones on. Like, what do you expect? You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, you can't get mad when you're talking to someone they can't hear you because they have headphones on. You know? But then so we had to kind of put the kibosh on it. So I don't know. But if it was just me, I'm all headphones, daddy. You know me.
I've never had any issues with it ever, but it's probably because there's only one. And
It's when the stereo came in and it's two different things happening and they're
Yeah.
both like my
yeah.
son's watching some kid build
Yeah.
some Indonesian kid dig out a swimming pool in
Oh,
fast
I love
motion.
those
Yeah,
videos.
my son loves them too. And my
They're
daughter's
great.
listening to like little Korean girls laughing while they open presents. And it's just like it's too many weird things happening at the
What a
same time.
world we live in. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all
Yeah.
regulated. Like all the stuff on their tablets is like parental
Yeah. Everything's
controlled and
passcoded.
like but every once in a while you got to go back in and look and just be like, that's a weird thing that got on here. Let's go ahead
Yeah.
and just let's tighten up our filter. Like I would say if you're letting your Maddie, especially your daughter, if you're letting your daughter watch like iPad, if there's any like YouTube or YouTube Kids access, every couple of months just go in there and just poke around and be like, maybe we need to tighten these up a little bit.
We
Yeah.
kind of have a rule where it has to be like I kind of try to like guide her towards. I was like, what you're watching has to like be for something. You know what I mean? It can't just be random bullshit. There has to be a story with a beginning, middle, and an end, or you have to be learning something. Like I don't like
Yeah.
them. I don't like them watching that fucking. I can't. It's hard to explain. It's just
No, I know.
nothing. You know what I
It's
mean? It's
rot.
just
It's rot.
nonsense. Nothing that fucking.
Noise.
It just yeah. Yeah.
It's
No,
brain rot. Yeah.
when my son started showing me the videos of like the guys who just make a whole like house out of sand in fast mode, I was
Yeah.
like, dude, this is great. Keep watching this. These guys are working their asses off. Like, I got no problem with that. Are you going to learn how to build a house? No, but are you learning anything bad? No. You're being like, wow, that's a really crazy, cool thing a human being achieved with their own hands.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It was awesome. So, no, those videos are awesome. So let's keep it moving then. I want to talk about now when it comes to trips, we've talked about the drive, but I want to talk about what happens when we arrive. Because basically, parents don't go on vacations. We just watch our kids in a different city. You know what I mean? So, like, there's no
I will
time.
challenge that. I will challenge that.
Go ahead.
We went to Busch Gardens and it was fucking the best vacation we've ever been on by far, and we both had a blast.
Wow,
That was
Liam,
like that was a true vacation for me. I fucking loved Busch Gardens. We had so much fun there.
Liam, you don't mean to be patronizing, but again, you are
That's not
because
No,
you're rubbing
no,
it
he
in
wasn't-
our face.
No, that
It
I
was
just
just
straight
you
up
and your
challenged
daughter.
it.
yeah, no, he wasn't
You're-
patronizing you. He just called you wrong.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that was
college
just a
guy
straight
over
up
here
challenge.
challenging my words, huh? I can't use a big word without college guy stepping in.
He
Okay.
said you were wrong.
Jeez. Oh, I'm not wrong about you. You basically just went to the theme park with your friend Liam,
Well, how about
huh?
this, Liam?
Yeah,
How old was your daughter when you guys had this amazing vacation?
it was just last year, so she
All
was.
Oh
right.
my
Yeah.
God.
So here we go. So we're talking about Maddie's got a 6-year-old and a one and a half
Hmm.
year old, and it's like
Yeah.
you get to your destination and you're like, we'll lug all this stuff in, and then we'll
Yep.
see if we can do
Set
all
up
the
the
things we
pack and
wanted to
play
do. Set
and
up the pack and play, get the crib,
ugh,
get the camera
yeah.
set up, get the whole
Change
nine
5
yards,
diapers that are jam packed. Like, dude,
It
I'll
is
tell you
kind of
this.
awesome
and
that
you're
when they
kind of
get
cooked.
older and you don't have to do all that
Did you
bullshit.
ever have like the overnight diaper? Do you guys remember diapers? So, did you
Hmm.
ever have the
Yeah,
overnight diaper that was jam packed with piss and shit?
yeah.
Like,
It's
it
like a
was
six
so
pounder.
full of, it was, yeah, it was like a fucking huge fucking 10-pound ham. You know what
It's
I
like
mean?
the diaper genie gets emptied right after that one, no matter how full it
Oh,
is. You
Mine
know?
yeah.
was, well, mine was a
Dude,
pain in the ass. Like she would. There's no way you were getting a whole night to fill all that up. If she that would wake her up, and it would have to be changed. She was so fucking fussy when she was little.
Fussy with it.
Yeah.
well,
Yes.
dude, I'll tell you, the travel diaper, pretty damn close to the overnighter. I'll tell you that. It was
Hmm.
jam packed, and he's wedged in a fucking seat, so it's all crammed up. He got all crammed up. He got all red assed. It was
Yeah, it's all red
brutal.
assed.
Now I'm dealing with a red ass little 1.5-year-olds. No fun.
No,
But
that red
when you
ass hangs
get,
around for a couple days, dude. That doesn't just
oh,
go
right.
away to
I'll
solve the
tell you, we
problem.
use whatever the purple Dalmex or whatever that shit. That's fucking, that's the good stuff, Daddy.
Hmm.
But okay. So when you're at your location, what do you do when you arrive? Right? Like, I don't know. I do. I mean, you get there, you do your highs and goodbyes, but there's always something planned. Like you're going to this or you're doing that. Like, do you have something specifically that you look forward to doing when you're there? Burn anything?
I make sure the first night that I get them back is there is nothing on the schedule. Like they're gonna have just gotten out of school, then they're gonna sit in the car for 2 hours. They might be in good
Yeah.
moods, they might be in bad moods. I'll snack them up on the way back, but they're gonna need to be
Yeah.
fed again, feed them, feed them, feed them. But I try to
Yeah.
make sure the first night, and even when we would go like take my son down to the shore, like that first night was like whatever, we'll figure it out. We brought some sandwich
Yeah.
food or we'll order a pizza.
Yeah.
Like we'll start the vacation.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
should we go to the pool? When should we go to this? We'll start that
Right.
tomorrow. But even if you get there at 3 o'clock or you get there at 7 o'clock, I always find better. No expectations on landing day. Everybody get their bearings. You don't know how car rides take a lot out of kids. And some of them respond really, really well to it and just sort of like beat and fall asleep. And some of them go
Yeah.
absolutely like feral.
Yeah.
And
For
my
sure.
kids can do either one on any given time.
I
So,
like when you first get there, like it's like you move into the hotel. You know what I mean? Like you
mhm.
take all your stuff out, put it into the drawers and
Yep.
whatnot. You kind
You
of
do the
stage
drawers?
everything. Fuck
You
yeah.
do the drawers.
Fuck
Bern, are
yes.
you a drawers guy?
Yeah, I'll do a draw. I will a solo travel, no, but with kids, yeah, I'll do a draw. I'll do drawers.
You guys are doing the drawers. Oh
Yeah.
Because
wow.
then you're separate. Then the dirty clothes don't get mixed with your good
Here's
clothes.
all your
You bring
clothes
like a
go.
Oh
Dirty
little
my.
clothes go in a
So like
yeah.
pile.
so the dirty clothes go back into the
Yeah,
suitcase and the
they can
clean
go
No,
into
clothes.
a no. They
you
go.
bring one of those mesh bags and it all goes into that and then you
Mhm.
throw that in the back of your car when you're done.
Liam, you're just
Fucking no
fucking
fuss,
you're
no muss, dude.
you're
Yeah, and
teaching
that
a
way you're
clinic here today,
no,
babe.
you're that way
That's
you're not
fucking high
washing
level.
clean shit when you get back because you're like, I
Yes.
don't know if they
Yeah.
wore this. I don't know if they wore this. It was all in a
Yeah.
pile. No,
Yep.
same deal. I go draw. Even when my kids get here, like I have clothes for them here, so that we don't have to like constantly be trading clothes back and forth. So my kids have like
Mhm.
my son will bring like his favorite hoodie or something. My daughter will bring like a dress she likes or whatever they're wearing at school. But like, I make sure I send them back home with the clothes they were wearing. And so I have all the stuff I need here. So it's like they know where their clothes are and they know that the dirty clothes go in a basket. So when they,
Yep.
so my
Yeah.
son will rip stuff off and try stuff on and like wear a shirt for a
Yeah.
half hour and then throw it. I'll find it downstairs and,
Oh,
but
we
like,
could have a whole up. I could do a whole episode about that with the goddamn clothes for 1 minute, and then it's.
yeah. And then
I
they're
get
gone.
so mad. I get so mad when or if dirty clothes get mixed with clean clothes, and then I have to do them
It's insane.
again. or I'm loading it
Yeah.
and I pick up something folded and I'm like, what is this?
Uh,
Get down here right now.
What is clean? But even more so when you're on the road, right? Because last thing you want to do is come home and be
Yeah.
like, I got to wash this whole suitcase. I didn't wear half my stuff.
Yeah.
I'm positive she didn't wear half her stuff. So yeah, Maddie, drawers are good for keeping the dirty stuff separate.
Yep.
You know what? All right, so here's something that I like to do. Like when we do a trip, I'm a big like sweet treat guy. So like we were in
Hmm.
Connecticut this weekend and I looked up, I was like, because I knew we were gonna like you always if you're staying with like we were staying with family, so I knew I like, all right, we're gonna get takeout and stuff like that. So I was like, where is there like a local bakery? And I was like, I was like, if there was like a donut shop, I would have done donuts, but there was this like
Yeah.
famous bakery it was an Italian bakery, and we went and got a bunch of like Italian stuff, and it was good. But like, do you guys ever do that? Like, look up something specific to that area, or like have like a food thing that you do, or anything like that?
Yeah, we usually try to look for like, for dinner, like what's the highest rated place around and but it can't be like, you know what I mean? You're not trying to get like Chick-fil-A or something like that. You're trying to
Hmm.
get like what is a mom and pop spot in this area that everybody loves. That's what you need to be hitting up because
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you can't get that anywhere but where you're at. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That's a must, dude, I think.
Dude, I'll tell you this, when we were in Rome, we did a thing where like we looked up like the different like restaurants and stuff, and like
Hmm.
all the ones that they had listed were on like, the main tourist trap areas, and like a couple of them sucked and they were overpriced.
Hmm.
We went to this one place, it was called like the Bear or something like that. It was in like a back alley in Rome. Dude,
Hmm.
they had like this mushroom truffle lasagna. Buddy,
Sounds
it
great.
was legit one of the best meals I ever had in
Nice.
my life. My life. And it was in like a back alley in Rome. So yeah, I'm with you. You got to find like,
Well, it's just
the
like if
Johnny
somebody
Joe
came to
shit shack.
if somebody came to Philly and was like, "What's the best cheesesteak?" Would you send them to Geno's?
No.
No, you
No.
wouldn't. You'd be like,
No.
"Here's five different places you could try,
Yeah.
and
Honestly, if
they're
they
all
can
going
get
to be
into
good."
Angelo's, I'd send them there because that's the best spot.
I hear
Or
what's a skinny.
Cafe Carmela's is really good too.
I hear there's a skinny something. I forget the name, Skinny Pete's or
Oh,
Skinny
Skinny
something.
Joe.
I
It's
hear
named
Skinny
after the
Joe's is
mobster, Skinny Joe
Oh,
yeah.
Mafeo.
yeah, yeah,
I hear
yeah.
Skinny Joe's is taking over right now.
I
Do you
mean,
guys like I like what's the place under in the Reading Terminal Mark? Denix that has the pork
oh
sandwich.
yeah,
Yeah, roast
the
dick
hot
I
roast
roast
pork.
pork.
fucking love that. Like if I'm by that, if we're by Reading Terminal, I'd rather have that than a cheesesteak. That pork sandwich is fucking
Yeah, it's pretty
unbelievable.
fucking good.
I go
Yeah,
spinach instead of Rob, but
Nah, I
I
leave
like
it
the
be. It's
Rob.
they make it that way for a reason. Those three
yeah.
I
things,
love
when
the
you bite
Rob.
into it, it's just
Yeah.
unreal.
I'll tell you what the best news I had, the only good news I had moving out of Philly was there's this the donut shop in the terminal market. Beeler's is this
Hmm.
Amish donut spot. They're the best
Yo,
donuts I've
the
ever had in my
Amish
life.
place, and you can get like is that the Amish like breakfast joint where they have like eggs and stuff, and
No,
it's like a farm. Oh man, that place is
this place is
awesome.
it's called Beeler's. It's just donuts. And then I moved
I'll
to
have to look
York,
for that.
and then I found out that the only other store they have was like,
You all
Uh-oh.
right?
sorry, I just got a phone call.
Oh,
Uh,
that's what
Who's
that
calling
was.
you
that's
this
never
late?
happened before. It's a number I don't recognize. It's a
Oh,
shit.
must have been a hot piece of ass.
Um, but the only good thing I found about moving to York was that their home store, their only other store, was like 25 minutes away.
Nice.
Oh,
And
nice.
Love it. All
so
right.
what do we have left
So
on trips though? Trips, right? Getting
let's
home.
keep going. So
What do
this is
you
what I
do
want to
when you
talk
get
about.
home?
Let's talk about the ROI, the return on investment, the
Oh,
emotional payoff or best advice. So, for me, like it depends on why you're doing the trip, right? And
Hmm.
all of our trips now center around like family. You know what I mean? Like we're
Hmm.
going to Connecticut to visit family. We go to the shore for our family trip. You know what I mean? Like we're meeting like my family there or her family, you know? So like when my daughter gets to play with all her cousins and stuff like that and have like a great time, it's worth the trip, even though I'm exhausted and half dead. You know what I mean? But like, what do you, Liam, for you, what is like a good return on investment for a trip?
So I think all that stuff's great, doing stuff for your family with your family and everything. But I think you almost have to at least once a year, like you have to be doing something that's set up like just for you and them. Like I like doing like one trip, one weekend, or one like long week or whatever. I like having, like I said, we did Busch Gardens. I like doing something where it's just me and her, something she's gonna, and it's gotta be like, you know, like they pick it, they kind of decide, like, like they pick from a couple things, but they
Yeah.
kind of decide, like, hey, I want to do this because so that they'll fucking remember it. Because that's the shit they remember. You're always gonna do stuff with your family and everything, but you want to do stuff with like just like your immediate family.
Yeah.
That's something
Agreed.
for just you and them that
Yeah.
now you guys get to keep that for your whole lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally
That to
agree.
me is the best return. Is like you had a trip, it was fun, it was what you wanted to do, and now you
Yeah.
get to, that's like a memory you made.
Yeah. Lifelong memory. Benditi
Yes.
Padalini, what's your ROI for a trip, Daddy?
10 fingers, 10 toes on everyone. And yeah, I'm in a weird spot now because I'm out of the beach run every summer.
Yeah.
So like that's not a thing
You don't
anymore.
have to be. There's other
Well, no,
beaches. You know
there's
what I
other right.
mean?
There's other beaches and other stuff, and like that's what I got to start looking into. Is that
Yeah.
they just spend so much time down there in the summer that it's like they'll go down a couple times. They'll stay with my ex's like mom for a week, like, and it's
Or
it's the
no,
best thing.
even better, you come up with something
Well,
different. You know what
so
I mean?
I got to
Like
You
you
go.
like
take
a
I
them to
gotta
the
go.
family
mountains. You
reunion or
take them to
something?
the yeah. You
We got
take
to
them
go
to the
to we got to
mountains.
go
You
to a
take them.
cabin.
Yeah,
Exactly.
dude. Yes.
Yeah. Get
Yes.
camp montage or
You do, yeah,
something.
you do something that's yours that they remember. Like I did this with my dad, and I loved it, and you know what I mean. That's what
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need.
that's what we're trying to figure out.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to do that,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know?
excited to do it. I mean, we'll get there,
Wait,
but
All
we're
right.
still.
are you close to like Knobles and stuff? Is that
Dude, I'm 40 minutes away from Knoebels. Fun, food, and
do
fantasy.
you guys do Knobles?
We're gonna do it. We already have tickets for this year. Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't it like not that bad price
No,
wise?
Knoebels. You don't have to pay to get into the amusement park. You just
Yeah,
buy
yeah,
tickets
yeah,
for rides. So there's
yeah.
no like. So it doesn't matter.
And
Like you can
skee
bring a
ball's like a quarter and stuff. Like I remember
yeah,
it's
dude.
not that bad, right?
No, Knoebels is great because I can bring my 9-year-old and my 4-year-old,
Yeah,
and if my 9-year-old wants to go on every ride and my 4-year-old only wants to go on some rides,
yeah,
I didn't spend $50 for each of them. You know what I
yeah.
mean? For my daughter to be like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No, Knoebels is the best.
All
Would your
right.
kids do camping?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Or are they
Have you
still a
taken them
little are
fishing?
they still a little too little for that?
buddy, I can't fish. I don't fish. I can't
Dude,
fish.
I still have the picture of my kid with the first fish she ever
Same.
caught.
I've
I
I have a
fucking
video of when my daughter caught her first fish, and I watch
awesome.
it and I cry almost every time. It
Awesome.
is
I don't.
incredible.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I've caught a fish since my first fish. The point is, I have not had enough time yet to like stake out a vacation that's going to be ours. You
Yeah,
know what I
fair
mean?
enough.
But that's the
Hopefully,
goal. That's the
hopefully
goal.
soon
Yeah,
you'll be
we'll
able to
get there,
work at a
dude.
place that can get
We'll
you
get there.
to be able to swing that,
I'm
you
I'm very
know?
confident we'll get there.
All right, so before we get out of here,
Well, what
what's a
about
tip
yours,
you guys
Manny?
got?
What's your
What?
ROI?
No, like I said, it's all about family. Don't make it a selfish pursuit. You don't, we're dads, we're adults. We don't get relaxing vacations anymore. This is all about like make sure your kids have the best time. Because, dude, my daughter is 6 now. In a few years, she's not going to want anything to do with this, you know? So, like, you get it so that she's like in love with this. She has the greatest memories of everything. And, like, I know when I see my cousins, it's fun,
Mm-hmm.
because my
Yeah,
parents and stuff wanted us to be
you
close
made that a
for this
priority.
for this type of reason. So yeah, spending time with family, making sure they have the best time and all these awesome memories, like that's
Mm-hmm.
all that matters. But what's one tip you guys got for trips before we get out of here? Venditti, what do you got for a tip?
You got to vary your snacks, man. Like they're going to need different things on the trip. So like,
Ooh,
and they're
good
not going to
call.
they're not going to be good, right? But you can't be pumping fruit snacks or like Sour Patch
No.
Kids or high sugary
No.
stuff the whole time.
You
Sometimes you got to
throw
bring it
banana in
down.
there.
You got to throw some grapes in there. You got to
Yeah.
work in some
Get
like
a
tortilla
pouch.
or
Pouch
like
it
some
up.
tortilla chips are good, right? There's nothing
Oh,
to them, and like,
great
but they still
torties.
crunch. They feel like they're eating something.
Yeah.
But you got to figure out your snack distribution because you can't have a bunch of hyped up maniacs in your backseat because all you gave them was
No.
sugar and Swedish fish and bullshit. But they are going to be
Yeah.
hungry the entire time, and they will ask you for every snack that they know that you have
Yeah.
to make sure. So you got to just figure out a good snack schedule and let them know off the bat, like, hey, here's what we got, guys. We will be distributing these at reasonable times. There will be plenty of water, and like, if my son really doesn't fuck around, he could have a little Sprite.
And here's your
like,
in-flight
little
magazine. Meals
Exactly.
will be served at this
Guys,
time. Yeah.
Headphones on. Are we ready to go? Dad's going to listen to Kill Tony on the podcast. I don't want you to hear
Love
these
it.
You know what I mean?
Shaq.
Like,
yeah. All right, LaSchmigs, what do you got for a nice little tipperooty?
When you're there and you're in the middle of it and you're around all these douchey people because everywhere's crowded and everything, and it's kind of just like take a minute, take a breath, and remember why you're there. You're there to you're not at work, you're not at home dealing with your responsibilities. This is supposed to be vacation, it's supposed to be relaxing. If it's that bad, bring it in, you know what I mean? Huddle up with the kid and be like, hey, this is a little crazy right now. What do you want to do? And sometimes they'll surprise you and they'll be like, yeah, this is too much. This is lame. Let's go do blah, 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 you know? And then you can, but kind of, you know what I mean? Just go with the flow. You got to let that shit go because it's easy to get flustered when you're doing all that stuff. And sometimes you just got to step back, take a second, and remember that you're there to relax and have time off and everything.
Amen to that, babe.
Liam, that's beautiful. You know what's really funny? I remember my parents, because we used to go to the shore every year. I remember going to see a lot of movies with like both my parents and like one of my brothers. And it was like, if we're down at my uncle and aunt's house who live in, at the Jersey Shore, like for 5 days, sometimes in the middle of that trip, just do something that you would normally do, or like a little bit different, but that's not like totally.
But it's down the shore, so it's different. Yeah.
Take a break, hit the hotel pool or something. You don't always have to be just like take a second. Big. Like, let's go watch it. Like you said, you could be at the movies or be like, let's go to the room and get some AC going and just let's regroup because we're getting crazy,
Yeah. Yeah. Love it. All right. My tip is, don't be afraid to. You can always take layers off. You know what I mean? So when you're packing stuff, you don't have to be precise. If you think you don't have enough underwear, throw one extra in there. Right?
Always.
If you don't think you have enough socks, throw an extra pair. Right? Like, don't. Hey, if it comes back clean, it comes back clean. No skin off my ass, Tabula. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't be afraid to overpack. But speaking of overpacking, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents For Dads by Dads. I'm Matt Lavelle, he's Bern Podcasy, and that sexy bastard is Liam Reese. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast, and also on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast, as well as on Twitter and TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com, and please like and subscribe. We'll keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks. See you.